What's up, guys? How's it going? Welcome back to Yakking with Yukon for another toy review. Today, we're going to take a look at a figure that I have been anticipating for quite some time. I know a lot of you have been as well. If you're a MOTU fan, this is really a must for anybody. Hordak. And I think this is going to be a good review. Masterverse is one of those hit and miss type of lines, but I think we got a winner here, guys. So let's go ahead, crack him open, head over to the review table, see what we're dealing with, and hopefully it's a winner. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, guys, so there we go, out of the package, and a pretty good looking figure here from my initial thought. Not seeing too many negatives. I see mostly positives with this guy. He's got a good sculpt. I mean, most Masterverse, you kind of know what, if you've had one, you kind of know what to get, kind of know what you're expecting. So I really think this is a good figure. One note, this is on sale at Target for $23.99. I wish I had paid that for mine. I did not. I paid full price. But if you're going to get this figure, the time is now. $23.99 at Target. So just wanted to throw that little snippet in there. I think he looks really good, though. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the accessories to start with, and then we'll look at the figure a little more in depth. One really interesting accessory that he comes with is this blast effect, and it is big, it is heavy, but it actually looks pretty good. Reminds me a lot of the Transformers Red line. Some of those Transformers come with blast effects. It actually has that vibe to it for me. Nice orangish reddish color and decent sculpt work, and it does fit in his blaster arm pretty good. So that's a nice little piece right there. Like that blast effect. Next that he comes with is a shield. We got a nice little sculpt work there of Hordak himself with some bat wings. And then, really standard, it's got the opening for Hordak to hold on to this shield. But another nice piece, just solid red. Nothing too fancy, but I really think it gets the job done pretty well. Next piece is his crossbow. We've got some nice translucent plastic, much like his blast effect. And then a decent looking little dragon mount there. This just clips onto his arm, so really nothing fancy, but again, it gets the job done, and it does what it needs to kind of help out Hordak with his weapons. So there's his three weapons, per se. Now he's got some extra hands. There's his claw hand. Nice grayish gunmetal-ish color. Looks pretty good. Fits in his arm fairly well as well. We'll show that in a second here. But another nice piece. Also comes with two extra hands. They're just cast in solid blue. One trigger finger and pointing finger, and then one closed kind of gripping hand. So those are pretty decent. They go on pretty easily as well. That's the great thing about Masterverse, is all of the limbs and hands are easily swappable. And then if you don't want the blaster arm, you have a regular arm. Again, some nice blue plastic, some nice black, nothing really smudges, nothing really bleeds over. And it's a good looking sculpt. He has his closed fist there. And double elbow articulation right in there. Does pretty well. So there's his accessories. So a good amount of accessories. It should have a good amount of accessories because it is a deluxe figure. Let's bring in Hordak a little bit closer. Want to get a good look at that head sculpt. One thing I noticed right away is he's got a dirtiness to his head, as you can kind of see there, which looks really cool. I really like that. I had two to pick at Target the other day when I got them. I thought the first one was a little too dirty. And then I noticed this, and I was like, oh, okay, it's supposed to be dirty. So that is nice. I like the red in his chest piece. There is a little bit of smudging right there in the gray, but it's not terrible. But the red looks good. The black looks good. And the gunmetal gray again in his blaster looks pretty solid as well. So really a good-looking figure. Even his little flippers here got some nice silver and gray, and he's even got his little emblem there on his shins as well. Going to the back, he's got a nice cape. I mean, it's cheap material. It's not going to flow great. But if we move his cape over, he's kind of got the wings. Nice loincloth going there. And just looks really solid, guys. As far as articulation goes, mine actually was frozen at the head. I cracked him a little hard and got it undone. But he's going to have normal head articulation. You're not going to get a lot because this collar of his is in the way. If you wanted to remove that, You could. I don't know why you would, because that's kind of how the character looks. But he goes side to side. He has a ball joint for a neck, so that's pretty standard. As far as the arms go, they go around pretty well. He has a bicep joint. No big deal there. He does have a double elbow as well. And obviously he has no wrist articulation on this arm due to his blaster. As far as wrist articulation goes on this, it's pretty standard. Goes in and out and swivels around. So really standard. You're not going to get a ton more arm range. Other than that, that's really standard for Masterverse figures. As far as hip rotation goes, it's pretty standard as well. No real crunch, no ab crunch, but he will go side to side. Doesn't move around too much other than that. Knee articulation's good. He can do the splits if needed as far as that loincloth will allow. So that's about standard as well. Knee articulation is he's got double, so he's going to kick his own butt, which is great. Excellent range of motion in his knee. And then his ankles, actually, he's got some great pivot both ways. Masterverse are known for great ankle pivot. And then he's got a rocker joint as well to kind of move back and forth. He also has another leg joint right here that moves pretty well as well. So really pretty solid. No complaints, honestly, at all with this figure. Like I said, everything fits in well. Everything looks good, and I think it's a great representation. Let's go ahead and put his hook in. And this is a little bit tight, but it will go in. One thing that I don't really think meshes too well, these are two different colors. Let's see if we can get that on camera. The claw is a little bit darker than the gauntlet there, but it's really not a big deal. I think that looks pretty good if you want to have them that way. That's definitely not terrible. We'll go ahead and put in his blast effect. This is a very heavy blast effect, so his arm might go up and down. Mine hasn't done it, but it is pretty heavy. That looks pretty awesome right there. I really dig how that looks. Nothing wrong with that at all. Just sitting there blasting everybody. And then if we want to have him with his other arm, pops out real nice and easy. The other arm pops in good. I mean, this is really easy, guys. Masterverse and Mattel have really done a good job with their Masterverse line, I think, in making out all the parts that it comes with very swappable and very easy to use. So yeah, I mean, I've got no complaints at all with this figure. I think he's great looking. I think he moves well. And he's really solid, guys. So for me, he's an 8.5 out of 10. I don't really know what else you want, to be honest with you. He's very solid, and I highly recommend him, especially at that $23.99 price point. So if you can, go get him. He is Yukon Phil approved. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch up with you guys again real soon.